Now we head to Washington, D.C. President Biden is standing behind his decision to pull all U.S. troops out of Afghanistan by today. He says it was based on a unanimous recommendation from the Joint Chiefs. Yet, if you will recall in his public address to the nation last week, President Biden said the, quote, buck stops with me, end quote. And still, as ABC's Faith Abube reports, the choice is being met with a lot of criticism.
House lawmakers quietly marking the end of America's longest war.
A moment of silence in remembrance of the 13 service members who were killed.
In Afghanistan, eerie scenes at Kabul's airport. Abandoned U.S. military vehicles and aircraft the Pentagon says were left inoperable. Taliban fighters roaming, armed with automatic weapons and celebrating, where just hours before, a C-17 carried the last U.S. troops and diplomats out of the country. The group photographed in Kabul, holding the U.S. embassy flag.
We completed one of the biggest airlifts in history. No nation has ever done anything like it.
The military mission may have ended, but the work is far from over. U.S. officials believe 100 to 200 Americans are still stuck in Afghanistan, unable to evacuate in time. Thousands of Afghan allies are also trying to get out.
The president promised this nation that he would not leave until every single American was out.
The Biden administration highlighting in just 17 days, more than 120,000 people were evacuated, 5,500 of them American citizens. The president says the State Department will now work with U.S. partners around the world to make sure those left behind can also leave.
For those remaining Americans, there is no deadline.
Amid a barrage of criticism, the White House says the president doesn't regret his decision not to extend the troops' withdrawal deadline.
Leaving August the 31st is not due to an arbitrary deadline. It was designed to save American lives.
And as for those Americans returning from Afghanistan, Vice President Kamala Harris gavelled in a short session of the Senate today where lawmakers passed an emergency temporary assistance bill to help them resettle. That bill is headed to the president's desk. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.